It's time to watch some new and awesome mind-blowing random facts. Ringo Starr was the narrator for the original Thomas the Tank Engine series. The Peregrine falcon holds the title for fastest bird, yet it shares a closer family tree with parrots than with hawks or eagles. Genetic studies have revealed this surprising link, showing just how intricate the bird world really is. Yes, you can eat corn smut. Corn smut is a fungal disease. Ustilagomatus that infects corn is considered a delicacy in many parts of Mexico. It's known as huitlacoche. However, it's important to note that only specific types of corn smut are edible. It's crucial to identify the correct fungus and ensure it's harvested at the right stage. Consuming the wrong type of corn smut or eating it in large quantities can be harmful. Here's a fun bit of history. The gourd was one of the first plants humans ever cultivated, but it wasn't grown for food. People valued gourds for their utility as natural containers, long before plastic or metal was an option. Hummingbirds are marvels of high energy and speed. Their hearts beat at an astonishing rate of over 1,000 times a minute, fueling their incredible ability to hover and even fly backward by flapping their wings up to 80 times per second. To sustain this energy demand, their hearts are exceptionally strong, sending oxygen-rich blood straight to their flight muscles. It's this powerful heartbeat that makes their acrobatic maneuvers and endurance possible. And here's something fascinating. Orcas, commonly known as killer whales, get that dramatic name from Latin. Orcinus translates to of the kingdom of the dead, or belonging to Orcas, a powerful figure from Roman mythology. Their scientific name, Orcinus orca, captures this legendary association, adding a layer of intrigue to these impressive animals. The British Museum has around 99% of its items tucked away, with only a small fraction ever making it to public display. That's a whole world of history hidden in storage. Here I am talking about the fruit fly again, believe it or not, has contributed to 6 Nobel Prize-winning studies. This tiny creature is a favorite in biomedical research due to its surprising similarity to us. About 75% of the genes linked to human diseases have parallels in fruit flies. Then we have the clever Drongo birds, true tricksters of the animal world. They've mastered the art of deception, especially around meerkats. By mimicking alarm calls, Drongos scare their neighbors into dropping their food, and the moment they do, the Drongo swoops in to snatch it up. It's a brilliant display of strategic thinking and survival skills. The Philippine eagle, scientifically known as Pithecophaga jefferyi, is considered the largest eagle in the world in terms of average length. Females can reach up to 102 centimeters in length and weigh around 7 kilograms. Additionally, its wingspan can reach about 2 meters, making it the eagle with the largest wingspan known. This bird of prey is endemic to the Philippines and is known for its habitat in tropical forests. It is also classified as an endangered species due to habitat loss and hunting. A red blood cell and a flu virus might both be minuscule, but their size difference is striking. Imagine the flu virus scaled up to the size of a meter stick. Well, in that case, a red blood cell would be as long as a 747 jet. Quite the comparison, isn't it? Is it true that if we folded a sheet of paper 42 times, we could actually reach the moon? First off, folding a standard A4 sheet of paper more than 7 times is practically impossible. But what if we took a roll of toilet paper, stretched it all out, and folded it as many times as we could? Maybe that's why people stocked up on toilet paper during the pandemic. This formula here lets us calculate the minimum length of a square sheet with a given thickness to reach a specific number of folds. If we assume a thickness of 0.1 millimeters and want to fold it 42 times, we'd need a sheet 1 trillion kilometers long. And yes, theoretically, We'd reach the moon because we'd end up with two powered by 42 layers, each 0.1 millimeters thick. That'd give us a height of 439,805 kilometers, more than enough to exceed the average distance between the Earth and the Moon. Meet Costaciella kuroshimai, better known as the leaf sheep. This tiny sea slug defies what we typically expect from animals. It can actually photosynthesize. Through a clever process called kleptoplasty, it borrows chloroplasts from the algae it eats, storing them in its own cells. With these chloroplasts, the leaf sheep can use sunlight as a power source, making it one of nature's rare photosynthetic animals. Did you know birds and crocodilians, which include alligators and crocodiles, belong to the same ancient classification group? Archosauria is a clade of diapsid sauropsid tetrapods. This group connects them to a common ancestor from roughly 250 million years ago, alongside with dinosaurs. It's a reminder of how closely linked today's species can be to those from a prehistoric age. As for food, the FDA has an interesting guideline. Products can be labeled 0 calories if a single serving has fewer than 5 calories. So 0 doesn't always mean there's absolutely no calories involved. Ever heard of the Bannister Effect? It's a psychological concept that explains how breaking a big record or overcoming a long-standing barrier can motivate others to achieve similar milestones. When one person proves something once thought impossible, it often sparks a wave of progress. Named after Roger Bannister, the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes, it's a perfect example of how one breakthrough can pave the way for others. When it comes to navigating through a flood of daily information, our minds rely on mental filters to focus on what's important, letting irrelevant details slip by. But this filtering has its downsides, especially in crowded places where we might miss even familiar faces. Known as crowding, this phenomenon causes our brains to see faces in a crowd as vague, blurry shapes. So instead of recognizing a face right away, we often identify loved ones by their body language or gestures. This lag in recognition explains why sometimes you might not spot someone right in front of you. Female sharks have evolved with thicker skin than males, and scientists think they know why. Male sharks have a rather odd habit of biting females during mating, so over time, females develop tougher skin as a form of self-protection. This selective pressure has resulted in the evolution of thicker skin in females as a protective mechanism. Now let's talk about time. No clock on Earth is truly 100% accurate. Metrologists, the experts who study measurements, use cutting-edge technology to keep time as precise as possible, but even atomic clocks have their limitations. Because of this, time as we know it is created by averaging out measurements from clocks worldwide. National laboratories report their timekeeping data to the International Bureau of Weights and Measures in Paris, which calculates a global average. So in a way, time isn't something we observe perfectly. It's a standardized concept we construct together. Here's a fun fact about your own body. That collarbone of yours? It's the first bone to form when you were just a tiny fetus, starting to harden at around 7 to 8 weeks. But get this, it's also one of the last to fully develop, often not finishing up until you're in your late teens or early 20s. Talk about a late bloomer. Then there are bonobos, known as the peaceful apes. Unlike their chimpanzee relatives, bonobos live in a notably egalitarian and harmonious society, where females often hold strong social roles. Conflicts are rarely settled with aggression. Instead, they rely on social bonding and sharing to maintain group harmony. Food is shared openly among members, and decisions are usually made together. This cooperative social structure, centered around female alliances, reveals a side of primate behavior where peace wins out over dominance. A recent study has revealed a surprising truth. Our toothbrushes are home to a wide variety of viruses. These microorganisms, previously little studied, could play an important role in maintaining the balance of our oral microbiome. You've got gold in you. Most of the gold in our bodies is in our blood, although it's a tiny fraction, about 0.02% of it. Altogether, this gold adds up to about 0.2 milligrams, just enough to form a minuscule cube of pure gold, roughly 0.22 millimeters across. We also carry a bit of silver, which is low in toxicity and generally safe in the body. On average, a person takes in about 88 micrograms of silver daily, which is only a few grains in weight. Diamonds might be the hardest natural mineral, meaning they're great at resisting scratches, but that doesn't make them the toughest. Toughness is all about withstanding impacts and resisting fractures. Nephrite jade, which might not have the luster of jadeite, excels here with impressive durability. This resilience makes it ideal for tools and ornaments, as it can take a beating without breaking. When it comes to winter weather, there's a clear difference between a snowstorm and a blizzard. It's all about the wind, not just the snowfall. For a snowstorm to qualify as a blizzard, it needs sustained winds of 35 miles per hour or more, enough to create blowing snow that reduces visibility to a quarter mile or less, and it has to last at least 3 hours. And that wraps up our dive into these facts. Which one grabbed your attention the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what blew your mind. If you're up for even more challenging trivia, there's plenty more where this came from. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.